I'm Eliza and I'm an addict. Oh, God, for someone who likes to be centre of attention, this is like horrible. I really don't like it. So yeah, I do. I kind of was asked to share, and I was kind of a bit like, oh, see, I've been here twice and I didn't stay clean. So I guess I can kind of share about what not to do while you're here, if you're in here and you're in here. Yeah, I'm not going to kind of go on too much about my using, but I picked up at 12 and I didn't put down until 2 years ago, and it was pretty horrific when I came in, because I'd come back off this mad relapse and I was really vulnerable and I was really frightened, and I came in with all that. I was really gobby and I was in groups and I was pointing at everyone else, and it was a defence. I didn't want anyone else to see how vulnerable I was, and I just remember being in a group with Marcus one day, and Marcus said to me, and in that moment I knew that he'd seen me, and I crumbled, and you know, the next day I got up and I packed my bag and I left. And it's probably, listen, whether it's a bad decision or not, but what I do know is that I left, and the next 2 years were more horrific than the last 30 years of using had been. And I got accepted back in 2015. So I was here for 3 weeks, and I remember, you know, you do your life story and stuff like that, and so I wrote one about the last 2 years, the relapse of the last 2 years, and I remember sitting with Marcus and reading it and being horrified, but it was my story, you know, being absolutely horrified that I'd been through that and I'd lived through that and I was alive, and I kind of, I was horrified. And then I kind of broke down some of that boundary and I got really vulnerable and stuff like that. Then I went to Ashcroft with loads of women, and again, I got my basic text out, my NA basic text. I sat there reading it every day so I would look good, so you wouldn't see how vulnerable I was. And Chris came in and she said, yeah, I don't ever want to see you reading any literature. I don't want you doing any steps. I don't want you talking about me. I don't. And I was like, what? And I was lost again, and I felt really vulnerable again. But after a while at Ashcroft, I let all that go, and I ended up being a strong, inspirational woman. Like, who'd have thought? Who'd have would have thought that? Not me. But you know, I kind of left, and I was trying to do all of the things that I did, and I relapsed. And you know, I was talking to Richie before I did this, because I was like, how much can I say about what I got up to? And I was here, and he was like, don't. When I was here, the first time, I was in a relationship. No, I wasn't in a relationship, I was bonking with somebody. And yeah, really not. And I relapsed, and then the second time I was in here, I didn't do any of that stuff, but I guess I wasn't really completely honest, and I relapsed, and that was a proper year of hell, and I nearly died. And Big John's not in here, is he? That's a real shame, because just because I left here and I didn't stay clean, that doesn't mean that I didn't still get the support from the staff and the people that I was in here with. I got rushed into hospital really poorly a couple of years ago, and I was in the car park picking up nubbins off the floor. I was trying to make a cigarette, and Big John just came walking across the car park like this, like through like a superhero through all this mist. And he came walking over, and he said, and I thought he'd come to see me, because you know, I thought it was all about me. And he was like, and this is kind of just a miracle, I guess, is what I'm telling you this story, because John wasn't supposed to be at work that night, and he wasn't supposed to be going to the hospital that night, and he was bringing someone who's in here. He'd come in just to bring that person to the hospital, and I was there, and the next, like, I had enough. Listen, seriously, I didn't even have a pair of knickers. I just had the leggings that I was wearing. I didn't have pajamas. I didn't have anything. That's what my using is like. And the next day, John came back and he bought me clothes, he bought me toiletries. Some of the girls came up to see me. They bought me clothes, they bought me toiletries, they bought me chocolate. They did all of that, and 2 weeks later I was in a dry house, and 2 weeks later I was in treatment again, and I've stayed clean this time. But what I've done this time is, stopped acting like a well, no, actually, I probably haven't. Yeah, you're right, actually. I'll still act like a but it's okay because I don't act like a... I'm not putting it on, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be the woman that I think you want me to be. I'm not you know, I haven't been in a relationship with anyone to try and feel something that I never thought I had, when actually it was always in me anyway, and I'm all right. And I just want to end on this as well, that thing of those people. I don't ever want any of you to sit here and see my picture on there, ever. And we're told when we leave here to keep going meetings and choose the fellowship, and that's what we need to do. And step work is not, you know, steps is not just about writing. Step work is about spiritual principles. And if we could just do our best every day, you won't ever see my photo on there. And I'll leave it there. Thanks.